I think that that is an issue coming up, and I think that that would really stress the trading relationship. You know, you've mentioned it, but Canada is our #1 trading partner in goods and services. And if you see average Americans and ask them who the #1 trading partner is with the United States, rarely do they mention Canada. But the reality is millions of U.S. jobs are created as a result of this relationship. And it's in balance. Not only in balance, we're running a surplus right now in our trading relationship with Canada. And this would really put a lot of stress on that relationship, a border adjustment tax.
If you were advising Donald Trump, which I know you're not, but if you were, you would tell him what?
Canada is the most important relationship that you have. If not the most, there are none that are more important than Canada. Based on the trading relationship, which I just mentioned is the largest. Energy relationship, they are our largest supplier of energy outside of the United States by a very large factor, 3.4 million barrels a day of oil. You can take the next 5 countries together and add them up, and you don't get to 3.4, 3.5 million barrels a day. We protect North America together through NORAD. You know, that's a very unique structure where Canadians and Americans protect the North American airspace. This is a critical relationship.
There was a report out, this is just a couple of days ago, CBC News, this is quoting you, saying you're the outgoing U.S. ambassador to Canada, saying it's, quote, not as critical as some believe for leaders to have a warm relationship, but it helps.
It helps.
What do you mean by that?
You know, obviously, well, you know, look, when you sit down and you talk together, you can work on an enhanced relationship, you can get a lot more done. That being said, last year there were 10,000 U.S. government officials at different levels that came to Canada to work on various levels of our interactivity, from food safety to rail safety to transportation safety to border safety. And the foundation of the relationship is strong, regardless of who sits at the Prime Minister's home or the White House. I think this relationship will last and endure for a long time. But if they get along well, I think we can get a lot more accomplished, clearly.
What is your take on what's going on with the State Department right now? And there's been a lot of commotion across the board about what's happening internally inside the State Department and then the relationships with the various ambassadors around the world, given that you were just in this role.
Yeah, I think it's slow going, and I think it's unfortunate. I think that the president, who issued a number of executive orders very quickly, did not engage the large part of the infrastructure of the U.S. government before releasing some of these executive orders, which is, I think, causing him some difficulties now, and either backtracking or legal difficulties or rewriting. I think that there are so many competent people working around the world on behalf of the State Department that should be engaged in conversation, dialogue, and briefing before executing so many of these things. You know, we're sitting without ambassadors in probably 30 or 40 of our top capitals as we sit here today.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.